All right, so this is where we're hit with another Kitty, Ghost, and Quake Band. All right, so Boss Island, no boss. We've got Hood and Symbiote Supreme as your top two options. Penny Parker back there, you've got Gallon and Hulkling. Spam, you've got either Venom or Fury. Terrax there, you've got Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Weapon X, you've got Nimrod and Omega Sentinel. Even Ultron. Mangog there, S99. You can use probably Mr. Negative or Titania or even Quicksilver. Wong, you've got Rolk and Void. And King Groot, you've got Hood and Symbiote Supreme. Could even do a Rintrol, it's just a little bit risky. 1 through 3 on the way out. Thing, you've got Valkyrie and S99. Path 1, you can use Omega Red or Storm or any of the other mutant champs that benefit stunning against Mole Man. And then for Arcus, I would probably just go Symbiote Supreme or Hood. Path 2 there, you can S99 the whole thing. You can Hulkling the whole thing. Path 3 there, Claire or Cosmic Ghost Rider for Silver Surfer, and then Magneto or any auto block counter for MODOK. All right, 4 through 6 on the way out. Sasquatch, you've got Titania, Mr. Negative, and Overseer. Fury on the way in, you've got Havoc, and honestly, probably your best option is Havoc. You could use Gallon or Omega Sentinel, but then you have to deal with the global, even though there aren't a lot of debuffs on that path. Path 4, Overseer for Claire, or wait for the global to go down and use Warlock, and then Warlock for Havoc there. Path 5, Scorp, you could use Fury, you could use Shang-Chi, and then Valkyrie. You've got Havoc, you've got Omega Red, you've got plenty of mutant options. Path 6, Nimrod or Cap Sam for Apocalypse, and then Blade or Symbiote Supreme or Hood for Gallon there. You can even use Hyperion. 7 through 9 on the way out. Gore, you've got Hood, you've got Symbiote Supreme. Slap on Odin pre-fights, make it even easier. Mephisto on the way in, you've got Thing, you've got Blade. Path 7, Doom, Titania, S99, Mr. Negative, and then Bishop. You've got Rolk, you've got Void, you've got any Incinerate Immune, you've even got any of the techs, so like Ultron, that'll work out. Cersei, Hood, Symbiote Supreme, again, slap on those Odin pre-fights to help with Rich Get Richer. And then, actually, I don't even think it's on that note, it might be. And then Path 9, Kitty, you've got Nimrod, you've got Omega Sentinel, you've got Ultron, and then for Chavez, you've got Ant-Man, or you could just use Nebula for the whole path and nuke him down with a PS1 and Shocks. Looking back at 1 through 3 in S2 going in, you have a Hulkling. You can take that with Symbiote Supreme, or you can take it with S99 just hitting into block. Jabari Panther, you've got Apocalypse and White Magneto, and then Mojo, you can use S99 and just hit into block. Could also probably get away with Magneto, kind of risky. And then 1 through 3 on the way out, Maw, Overseer, probably your best option. You can try Blade with the Mystic synergy, so Mephisto synergy, and then Stark. Path 1, nothing special. Use any mutant or slap on a White Magneto pre-fight and take Massacre. Path 2, again, nothing special. You can use Titania, or you can use S99. S99 will have an easier time with that Ant-Man just hitting into block. And then Path 3 there, Gallon or Hulkling for CGR. And then you can just go ahead and use both for Kingpin, or use any typical mutant counter with a White Magneto pre-fight. 4 through 6 on the way out. Mr. Negative, I would use any of the skill Unsteady Ground champs. However, he doesn't have that many debuffs, so it's pretty easy to avoid. Path 4, Void, I would definitely use any of the skill debuff detox champs, Falcon and Black Widow, or Hawkeye come to mind. Path 5, Quicksilver, Fury, or just Fury, or even Odin, someone who's just going to stop evade if you care about that. If you don't care about that, you could use typically anyone who shrugs debuffs well, so like Kingpin or Crossbones. And then Kraven, Apocalypse, White Magneto, plenty of options. Long shot there, Titania, S99, Mr. Negative, all good options. 7 through 9 on the way out, Odin, CMM, Cosmic Ghost Rider, list goes on. Path 7, you can take the whole thing with Omega Red, or you could use Storm for Korg, and then a Poison Immune like Nimrod for, or Nebula for Immortal Abomination. And then Joe, any skill, debuff detox champ. And then Path 9 out there, Annihilus, you got Cosmic Ghost Rider, you got CMM, and then Domino, you've got Warlock and Nimrod. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so this World War II, we ended up with FNG. Today I'm going to be going in with Falcon, Shang-Chi, and Havoc. I've got Path 4 in Section 1 and Path 5 in Section 2. No middle mini-bosses and no boss fights. Or no mini-boss island fights. So Path 4 here, we've got a Void, somewhat annoying, taking this with a debuff detox champion, Falcon. Really here, it could be any skill champ. It's just really important how you play the start of this. You're going to start with a debuff, and just like that anti-venom I took last war, you're going to want to try and get rid of it. And the only way to really do that is to gain the next debuff, which should be a weakness from this node. So this whole time in the beginning, I'm trying to stay close to Void so that I get the weakness. And believe it or not, when you're trying to get the weakness, you can't get it. So I eventually build up the actual debuff immunity, and that removes the heal block. So now we can go to town. Now I can go ahead and get locked on after I make some space with that special 1. And from here on, taking blocked hits and dexing and everything will remove both the intimidating debuffs that I eventually get along with the node debuffs. So 1 cleanse charge takes up 1 of each type debuff. So I don't actually have to worry that much about the intimidating debuffs. I have to worry more so about building too much weakness, because I won't be able to get rid of 2 weaknesses without distance or debuff immunity. But Void goes down, pretty simple. Mr. Negative here, not actually that strong of an unsteady ground defender. So my game plan here was to parry heavy. After the heavy lock on, we get the Fury and the lock on, we just go to town. Don't parry anytime after the knockdown, and just completely lay into him while we're locked on. So here we are locked on. I'm going to stick to special 1s. I did that with the Void fight and this fight for both the champion and the node. For Void, special 1s was to cycle through combos so that I could quickly get rid of intimidating debuffs if I didn't have a cleanse charge. For Mr. Negative here, it's because of the aggressive prowess. I don't want to get caught by a special attack, and I don't want it to hit hard. So we're going to keep those prowess nice and low. Here I actually missed the window for a special 1 and get pushed to special 2. Not a big deal. We're going to get locked on here, and then I'm going to end up intercepting with the special 2. No, we just combo into the special 2. Protection is actually gone from the ebb and flow knockdown. Locked on has a chance to do that. So pretty easy Falcon Mr. Negative fight. Move on to the next one. Again, my most concerning fight, Havoc versus Fury. I feel like this is going to be a trend all season. Taking this with Havoc, he's a debuff detox, so even though you're thinking about the poison sting on this node, it should pretty much spend 0 time on you, honestly. My game plan here was to parry when I can, push Fury just above his special 1, and then start baiting the special 1 or try to trigger a dex without baiting the special 1. so that I could push him to special 2. I did not want to push Fury to special 2 and then attempt to try and bait the special attack in case I led him to special 3 or pushed him to special 3. So once I got the special 1, I threw it. Now we're going to parry heavy when we can, combo when we can't, but to push Fury to this range right here. I did want to block there in hopes that Fury wouldn't throw his special 1 so that I could do exactly what I did there, trigger power snack, and then combo push to special 2 if I needed to. So here it's all just managing power, getting to max buildup. I want to KO the life model decoy before I decide to let him degen down and then throw the special 3. So far it's going really well. I'm not actually too concerned with Fury throwing special 1s while he's in LMD, because I can remove those charges with parries and whatnot. Plus I'm using a mutant, so the chance of me building more charges is significantly reduced. So here we are, max buildup. LMD is down. Now I'm just going to wait patiently and let him kind of degen down. I am going to get him to that power threshold that I focused on, so that power snack pushes him to a special 2, and then I can bait that out. And there I didn't actually get him to a special 2, so I decide to just wait until I can't dex and then throw the special 2, and that KOs Fury. So pretty solid matchup. Not much that I actually needed to worry about. Scorpion here we're going to take with Shang-Chi. Now here, this ebb and flow intercept, I was hoping I would not organically intercept on this node until it was time to throw special 2. And the reason I didn't want to do it sooner was because I wanted that slow to stay on the entire time. And if I trigger ebb and flow intercept too early, that slow's going bye-bye. So there, I accidentally, just in the flow of the fight, triggered the protection removal and intercepted. So now we're going to actually lose this slow. And luckily I pushed him to special 2, so we're good there. But the tricky part here is getting the slow on, which there was a chance he could have evaded there. But we get an intercept right before the special 2 after getting the slow on, and down goes Scorpion. Super easy. That was Shang-Chi's only fight. My last fight here is Havoc versus Valkyrie. I decided to play this super safe. I had 2 options in my head. It was 1, organically intercept and throw special 1s and just let her tick away from Mighty Charge, removing the debuff along with her own ability. Or 2, heavy retaliate her special 1 to reach max buildup, get an intercept before I launch special 3 and KO her. I'm going to speed this up because I went with the safest option, and there's 1 intercept, which was just spamming special 1s, baiting her special 1, not risking a heavy attack off of her special 1, which I did practice and I could execute. Just felt like going this safer route. So I'm going to let this play out. Unfortunately, I didn't get as many intercepts as I thought. I even tried to kind of force some and she just wasn't having it. But we do finish this fight with a full yellow bar, and luckily it speeds up near the end because I get 1 more intercept organically, just letting the fight kind of play out, and it finishes her a lot quicker than the bulk in the middle here. So enjoy it. This is pretty much it, and I'll check back in when this fight's almost over. All right, so these last few hits should do it, and there it goes. Down goes Valkyrie. So that ended my war. Our battle group actually only died once for this entire war, and we actually won 22-6. So an improvement from last war. And still, we're in kind of the war rating range that we're getting some beneficial matchups. So good start to the season so far. Hoping we can really maintain this play level when we start getting tougher matchups to the middle, near end of the season. So hope you guys enjoyed the war video. Give it a like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you guys at the next war.